Oh wait, no, sorry. The video Skype chat stuff that we did actually happened after the first time that I met her because, like I said, I was, surprised that the way she looked, it looked nothing like the picture. Obviously, if I video Skype chat her before I met her the first time, I would have known what she had recently looked like. So, anyways, yes, so that all that video Skype chat happened after the first time I met her, not before. But moving on. So I want to say that this part in my life was probably the happiest moment of my life. Probably like the most exciting part of my life. Just mainly because I'm in a new country, a new state, a new town, and with I get to meet new people, try new things, new foods, go to places I've never been before, and I got to all do it with someone who I loved, someone who I cherished a lot. And we did many things. We went to the local amusement park. We went to what do you call it? A zoo that had an aquarium. I got to pet stingrays, which were fucking awesome. Something I've never done before. Tried many new restaurants like Mimi's Cafe, which was absolutely phenomenal. Cause I love eggs Benedict, and that's what they had, eggs Benedict. And a lot of places around where I live don't have that. So it's not on their breakfast menu, anyways, unless you go to the more gourmet places. But moving on, I got to try like lots of fast food places that we don't have here, Checkers or Rallies, whatever you want to call it, and so on and so forth. In-N-Out Burger, blah blah blah. Like I said, I got to experience all these new things with someone who I absolutely loved, and I had feelings for, and I cherished her. And I want to say it was, like I said, it was probably one of the greatest moments of my life, and also, one of the saddest moments of my life was when I had to fly home a week later. And I think it was probably the first time I ever cried when someone was leaving. Usually, like when, my mom and dad or my brother was like, oh, we're going up to, blah, blah, blah. We'll be back in a week. And, I usually just like, whatever, I'll see you in a week. And I tell you, even with a lot of my friends nowadays, like, Harp Toad went to Florida not too long ago, and I'm like, yeah, okay, dude, have a great time. I'll see you in a week. Yeah, so, anyways, I got, like, kind of emotional. And that's the first time, and part of me knew that because of that emotion, I knew that she was someone who I could see myself with. I don't know, but regardless, the whole entire trip, the first time seeing her, I want to say felt perfect, felt right, and I was happy to do it again. So as time went on, obviously, the trip's over. I'm home now. We started doing the video Skype chat stuff, playing more EverQuest, blah blah blah. But that's when things I want to say started getting rocky, more or less. She slowly started to become, what am I looking for here? More possessive over me. Not a lot. It's just the very subtle things, like stuff that I could just brush off. Like stuff like I had to. No, I didn't have to, but I mean, like she always wondered where I was, what I was doing, and it's just like I'm here. I have my own life that I need to lead. I don't need to be checking in with you every 5 minutes. I understand that this is a long distance relationship, but I mean, I gotta have my space, which I know sounds weird because we're like what 3,000 miles away from each other or whatever it is. I don't know. I didn't really look it up, but it was very subtle. It was very small things. It just happened now and then, but it slowly started to get to you. Now, what really when things like really made everything escalate even further was when she came up to visit me where I live in Ontario, and it was near, I want to say, what, October, November-ish. So the weather here was getting kind of cold. If not, it was already cold. And since she lives in Arizona, where it's hot all the time, just a little bit of cold is enough to make her complain about it all the time. And it just seems like when she came here to visit me, she had nothing but bad things to say about where I live. Not particularly. I'm not saying like the court or the area, the city that I live in. I'm just saying like Canada in general. People looked ugly, things looked weird. This is dirty, blah 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 blah, and like always complaining about something, which is probably one of them, like my pet peeve when it comes to women when they have nothing to say to me except complain about something. That's when things get really frustrating for me, and that's probably the number one thing that annoyed me the most when she came to visit me was she always complained about the weather. I mean, we had planned to go to Niagara Falls, just a nice little night, or I guess evening out for us. Check out the falls, maybe get something to eat, blah blah blah. But the whole time I had to listen to her complain about how cold it was and or how wet it was and stuff like that. And I guess this is the part where I guess the feelings started to fade. I guess I got that feeling that this is not what I wanted. But the trooper in me, I guess you could say, wanted to hold on, wanted to see this thing till the end, and I wanted to try and work it out, make things right. But anyways, nonetheless, she says that she had a great time when she was here. Part of me thought, okay, she probably had a good time, but at the same time, she probably didn't want to come back or live up here or whatever, right? So she goes home, and I just want to say things never really picked up, I guess you could say. Yeah, to me, anyways, maybe not to her, but to me, it just seemed like the relationship was going downhill. It felt like her and I were getting further and further apart from each other. We always felt disconnected. We were never on the same page.